I am at the annual meeting Baker Hughes 2023, and I have the pleasure of sitting with the eggs. You're like a everybody knows the eggs, everybody knows you, but I would like to tell the story for the one who didn't hear it. So, Jay, please tell me, where do you come from and what do you do?
Well, I got out of the U.S. Navy as a nuclear power engineer in the mid-'80s and realized that people were trying to heat and cool their houses with air exchange, and immediately said there's a better way. And so I started a company to do geothermal exchange for heating and cooling. Fast forward 20, 30 years, we've written a couple of books for McGraw-Hill Education on geothermal technologies, and now we have bridged the gap for hot geothermal, deep direct use, and EGS, and we've brought all that together, and that has brought us a worldwide opportunity for growth that we have been able to really exploit.
It's pretty cool. You've been in the industry for now 30 years, did you say that?
35 years.
He's old.
I'm old.
Might be so, but I know that he has a lot of experience. What's the difference now and then?
Now, geothermal, kind of like electric cars, think about that. Geothermal is becoming easily embraced, and there's so much governmental assistance, federal money, and entities such as oil and gas wanting to get into this, that it has become an explosive industry from our perspective.
Kristy, you've been following this as well. I mean, in the company and so on. What do you consider? Where is the geothermal industry right now?
Well, I think I like there was a technical session yesterday, and it talked about geothermal is mainstream, and I like that. I like that phrasing because for so long it's solar and wind and everything, and geothermal was kind of on the outskirt. It was like the stepchild of the renewables, but it's mainstream now, and you have oil and gas that are putting money and research and a lot of effort into it, and I like to see the big companies. I mean, here we are at Baker Hughes annual meeting 2023 in Florence, and there's an entire area here that's just geothermal. And when Lorenzo yesterday was talking about geothermal and the excitement in his tone and just the general dynamic of this entire conference has been about oil and gas working with the fossil fuels and with geothermal, because there's not one answer. It's all about working together to get through this crisis. I like that. You know?
It triggers me a lot, and it was really inspiring to hear him speak about that and the trilemma and how it actually connects to it. Were you two of the people who actually brought up their camera and started clicking when you saw the picture on behind him?
Yes, we were.
I have to tell the story, and Kristy can finish, but we were in a session with Lorenzo in Texas, right?
Houston, yes.
In Houston, and Kristy went straight up to him after and said, "You didn't mention geothermal in your presentation." He said, "Well, it was on my slide." Can you finish the story?
Yes, and it's because it was an oil and gas. It was ACTE, and so it was an oil and gas meeting. And he got cut short. He had to fly back to London, and he said, "I really like geothermal," and it's true. He really does. But I took a selfie with him, and I sent it to all my friends and Baker Hughes, Taylor Maddie, and Adja Manon, and everything. And the truth is, Lorenzo Simonelli is a big, fan of geothermal, of course, of all the renewables and all the different ways we're going to get past this trilemma. But at that point, at that conference, it just wasn't the focus of the conference. But I see this conference, and I see all the clean and cleaner energy and all the more intelligent operations. And I think, yeah, this is a company that, Baker Hughes is not just about selling their products. They're about helping to get us over the next bridge and helping to get us through what we consider to be a crisis now so that we can avert another crisis. And I just see the brilliance behind the man and behind the company, because it's they're divesting into different avenues and different pathways, because it's not just about the money. It's about making sure that we do have a smarter future, and I like that.
I cannot say anything, but I agree. It's an honor to be able to sit here and talk to you, and I look forward continuing this quest together on the geothermal, right? Let's make it mainstream.
You got it.
You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christina.